Holy cow, okay.
I asked Marisol what your favorite Red Bull is, and she said, no le des no porque no va a dormir.
How do you want to do? So, yeah.
Coffee?
Well, it's white coffee. So, all right, we're here. We're waiting for Celfie ready to show up and get this party started. So I hope you're excited for episode number 2. All right, well, welcome to episode number 2 of Sin Filtro. Today I have a special guest today. Celfie, ready? She's here with us today. So I actually want to ask you this question.
Yeah.
What do you prefer? Because people call you Celfie, people call you Jessica,
Carla.
Carla. So which one?
All of them. I like all of them. You know what? A lot of people call me Celfie because of Celfie Ready, right? So it's easier for them to just remember Celfie. A lot of people say I like Carla better than Jessica, so they call me Carla.
Okay.
So I really honestly don't care.
All right. So I call her Jess.
Yeah.
So hey, what's up, Jess? How you doing? Good.
Yeah.
Hey, Jess, you want to come on this podcast with me?
Yes.
So I want to give a shout out to Cisco because he gave us the bottle and I think he's ready to take a shot himself. So this is Sin Filtro. So cáele, Cisco, para que.
A lot of people know him as Mr. Selfie.
Mr.
Too.
Selfie?
Mr.
Oh
Selfie.
shit! Okay, so he's getting famous. So just so you guys know, we have Mr. Selfie in the back, and then
the baby selfie,
and then the baby selfie number 1 and selfie number 2. So let's just go. A ver. Tú me dices, ¿eh?
Yeah.
Tú me dices, ¿más? ¿Ya está? Okay.
He's got to drive us home.
He's got to drive us home? But he's got to drive you home. ¿De cuál vas a tomar tú?
Yo voy a querer la de café.
Okay.
You guys all, if they know me, they know I'm a huge.
Okay. So la atiné con ese?
Sí, 100%.
Okay.
I've never tried it, but
So I saw it and I was like, all right, let's give it a shot, see what's up with this one.
But you definitely need to have this one.
Yes, I am gonna have this one.
I heard it's really
okay.
Good.
Sounds good. So
Francisco was making friends over at Wine and More, and they were saying how great Lalo Tequila is.
Okay. All
and
right,
if it is great, then Lalo, you need to sponsor this video because.
All right, so yo te lo estoy sirviendo como si fuera pinche Starbucks.
I know, wow, but I love the aesthetic. Look at it, it's pretty.
Yo el café.
El café.
Okay, listen. I'm gonna tell you something. I gotta confess something to you. So me voy a cortar el pinche pelo y la barba, right? Y
¿Cuál pelo?
Pero espérate, te voy a decir algo, no te vayas a reír.
It's really good.
Pero quedé tan pinche guapo que mi teléfono no se quiere abrir solo.
That sounds like something Francisco
Listen, no, I'm not lying to you. Look, it won't open. Look, mira, there it is. Look, it won't open. I have to put my password.
Can you just believe that?
So no es mi culpa. Ya lo dije.
Cuando te creas con pelo ya va a decir, ay, ya estoy.
Ándale, you see? All right, so Cisco, guys, salud.
Salud.
Thank you.
Cheers, you guys. Thank you for having me on. It's delicious.
It is.
You hit it on the nail.
This is really good. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Good. Thank you so much. So, look, and it's gluten free. So no vas a engordar con eso. So what's new? Tell us, because it's been a while since we actually talked.
It has been a while since Pozole night.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
It's been since October.
Okay.
So we haven't really chatted since October. What have I been doing? Celfie Ready it's its slow season, October to about beginning of March.
Yeah.
So starting to pick up now because
okay.
obviously all of my styles are very spring to summer, summer to fall.
Okay, so for those who don't know you yet, which I so I know that's what I'm saying. So let's take it back to when we met, which was
2020?
It's been almost going close on 4 years.
2019, actually.
There you go.
Yeah.
See?
2019.
So you were helping Marisol out, and you're working on your loan officer exam and license. Yes. And then you were doing your pop-ups with Celfie Ready at that time. So you were hitting up what kind of places were you hitting up on your pop-ups?
I was doing the Ramate a couple times.
Okay.
So when I was working with Marisol and you, I did 2 or 3 remates.
Okay.
And then I was doing pop-ups because at the time they were really like popping off here in like the Central Valley. So I was driving over to like Merced, Modesto, all those places in like NorCal that would allow me to like show my business to the world. So I was just taking it wherever the opportunity was given. I didn't care if I had to drive out there. So I did a couple of that, and then as the time went on, then we got the house. We got busy with the house, which he helped us get buy our first home. And then after that, I went back to work. I went back to work for a little bit, but I haven't stopped working Celfie Ready. Okay. No matter what. Yeah. You know, whether I have a job or not. And lo and behold, this last summer I was able to get my second location. Okay. So I moved from a 300 square foot location after 2 years of having an online based store. And then a year later, doubled in size to 700 square feet. Dang. Congratulations. That's so badass. I know that I always tell you that, and I told you on when I called you to be on the podcast that like I admire her so much. Like I look up to her because es luchona. Es luchona la canija. You know, like Jenny Rivera le queda chica. You know what I mean? So, you know? Where the money at though? We're still here. Hey, I saw you roll up in a new truck. Whose truck is that? Mr. Celfie. Oh, Mr. Celfie? Yeah, he's doing his thing over there. I'm telling you need to bring him on. He can tell you about his journey. We will. We definitely. So, so what's new in this new store? And tell us, Well, a lot of people don't know, but I'm also a makeup artist, so it ties together with Celfie Ready. So if you come to Celfie Ready, not only do we offer makeup services, my assistant also offers hair services. So if you're trying to get glammed up for a quinceañera, wedding, etc., we'll take care of you. But we can also get you dressed up from head to toe. Okay. So that's what Celfie Ready. It just kind of ties all together, all in one. I cater. I feel like I cater mostly to like working women. Okay. So anywhere like you graduated college and now enter the workforce, we have our famous Boss Babe pants, which is like a really nice and comfortable dress up pant, and it comes in a whole lot different colors. So I love to say that my style is trendy but very classy. Okay. I love to say modest is hottest because that's what the pastor said at church one day, and I'm never gonna forget that. Pastor, please, we don't mind all this stuff. Pretend this is not here. Please do not say what church you went to. So my style is very, modest is hottest. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you're more of a classy look, like no ratchet stuff. No. And you know what's funny? Sin filtro, right? Okay, sin filtro. A lot of moms, bring in their daughter, like, I found this really cute boutique. Oh my God, let's go. Y llegan, and the daughters are like, this is like for you, mom. And no way. Yeah, because they're looking for something that's like completely open back with a little string in the back. Uh-huh. Yeah, no? Yeah. Like, algo así como, pues, yeah, what the, younger girls like to wear. Okay. Pero like, that doesn't hurt my feelings. I mean, everyone's entitled to their own style. Yeah. And that's okay. And because of that, I'm not going to derail from what I truly believe in. That's cool. Yeah. So would you say it's kind of like señora mode? Ay, tampoco. Yeah. Are you sure? I'm sure. I'm okay. All right. Okay. Porque luego a mí me dicen don, and I'm like, cállate. No, a mí todavía me dice, ¿a poco tienes hijos? ¿Sí? Ah. No, I know. I know. When I went for the for the grand opening for your new location, my daughter. Thank you for coming. Your daughter came. That was so good to see. Sí, es que no te enojes lo que voy a decir, okay? Porque I went with my daughter, right? And so she saw your daughter, and they go to the same high school. Stop! They do? Yeah, they do. There you go. No. Your daughter goes to high school? No. My son. No, he's in high school. You don't go to Bullard, right? No, but they're the same age. You're 17. 16. Okay, so my son's just turned 17, and then Natalie goes, damn, she would be a good girlfriend for Isaiah. Dad, she was scouting that. She was, So I was like, no, Cisco, no te creas, güey, no, puro pedo. But no, I'm actually really, it makes me happy to know that your daughter is helping you in this journey, because I think that's pretty badass. So tell us a little bit about that. Put it on the spot. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. So a lot of people, I get a lot of DMs, a lot of people that come to the store and ask me, like, how do you do it all? And my answer is always obviously going to be my spouse, right?
Yeah.
And I have my reasons why, he's had his part in this journey of mine. But also my daughter, it's huge.
Yeah.
When I'm not home, she's holding down the fort
Yeah.
for us, and if I can't be at the store, she's holding down the fort at the store.
Okay.
You made me cry.
No. Cálmate, I know you're the makeup artist.
No, yeah. So I feel like all in all, the journey no nada más es de uno.
Right.
Is, like there's got to be people there to help you build your brand.
Yeah.
And I just hope to God all day, every day that the legacy of Celfie Ready continues to grow from one generation to the next. Because if you were to ask me, ¿cuál es el legado que le quieres dejar a tus hijos and all the future generations? It's definitely going to be Celfie Ready. To go from one generation to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. And yeah.
Well, hey, salud to leaving a legacy.
Y a ver tú, ¿cuál legado quieres dejar a tus hijos?
A ver, espérame. Man, this is good, but I can feel the fire, bro. It's really good. So for me, I spoke a little bit about on my previous on the episode, kind of having that vision of so I know that I do business as real estate with a smile, but my company, the name is Terrones Legacy Enterprises, and that's what I want. The Terrones lesson to leave. I wanted to leave a legacy, not only for my kids or their grandsons, but I want to leave a print in this earth. When I take off, cuando Dios me llame, I want people to remember me, not for me, but for what I did for other people. Okay. And I think that's why I think that I look up to you a lot, because I can see that, I can sense that from you too, because the tribe that you have created, around you, it's pretty badass. And there is hay de todo into tribe. So I'm gonna give you a chance to shut them out right now.
Oh my gosh. A ver, con todos los que estuvieron a Pozole Night?
Los que tú quieras.
Oh my gosh, there's so many. And this is, I say, so something that Francisco's mom taught me a long time ago was that tú tienes que sembrar para que el día de mañana, cuando tú ocupes ayuda, people are there for you, right? They're like your backbone. So I'm never going to forget when she taught me that. So now if Efrain calls me, hey, I need help. Hey, Mindy calls me. Hey, Joy calls me. I'm going to be there no matter what. Right?
Yeah.
So along the years, I'm glad that I learned that before I started my business, because when I did start my business, I was like, shoot, I have to be there for other people. So when people were having grand openings and all these things, I was just showing up, because I was like, el día de mañana que a mí me toque, I want people to be there for me. And it wasn't like, because I want something in return, but there was a lot of, I showed up to people who I was genuinely there for as well. So yeah, I think my closest tribe is definitely, you're part of it. We become really great friends. I have Joyce Velitas. She's an amazing friend, very loyal. She gives me all the business advice ever. Like, a veces me dice, you're selling yourself short way. What are you doing?
Yeah.
That should be 10, not 5. That should be 50, not 30.
Right.
And she tells me, she's like, I love that you take my advice, because I do. I go home, I reflect on it, and I'm like, you know what? She's right. What am I doing? Who else? Pues todos. Cassandra.
Yeah.
She's been with me since 2020.
Okay.
She's been with Celfie Ready since 2020. Lorena has been with me since 2020. Valerie has been there. And these are all models, guys. These are all models that show up either for live sales, for a photo shoot, and want nothing in return. Wow. These are genuinely people that are like, I'm here to support you and the vision that you have for Celfie Ready.
How many of them are single? I'm asking for friends.
Pues ahorita creo que ninguna. No, I'm being serious. I'm being really serious. I think Lorena's single. She might be single.
Wait. Don't put them on blast like that.
No, why not?
Because what if...
Lorena would appreciate the fact that I'm putting her out in this market, okay?
No, why is she still in the market? What's wrong with her,
Her act is. And then, dude, let's not forget about Marisol.
Okay.
Marisol.
Yes.
Marisol, you didn't answer my phone call for Pozole Night. But Marisol, I've known her. I was in college. I think Marisol saw me through my roughest patches in life.
Wow.
Yeah, Marisol saw me through I think at the time I was still going through a divorce. I was going through custody battle. I was going through all kinds of stuff, and she like was there for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, the fact that I hadn't met Jesus is crazy.
I know, especially because, like I said, I mean, I've known you for 4 years, and you've known Marisol longer than that, I'm guessing. So, you know.
I've known Marisol longer than I've been with Francisco, and Francisco and I have been together 12 years.
Okay. Wait. So, sin filtro, let's throw this. A ver, ¿cómo te conquistó el Cisco? Dime, a ver, ¿qué? A ver, ¿cómo?
Look,
sí, y nos está riendo. So, look, come on.
¿Cómo dicen ahora? ¿Qué pasa?
¿Qué pasa, el desgraciado?
Oh my God, ¿cómo me conquistó?
A ver, ¿cómo te conquistó y cómo fue el primer beso? A ver, ¿quién te lo robó? No, ella.
Kids, cover your ears. According to the story that the kids know, we met each other at church.
Oh, okay. Not the next one, not the part, at church. Got it, okay.
At the same church where I learned about being modest is hottest.
Okay.
I don't know. So he, according to the story that he gives me, he knew what gym I went to already because apparently we went to the same gym.
Oh, I was gonna say that's kind of creepy if he knew what gym you went to.
He said at the time, I think Facebook was like, you know how there was like all these photographers and people that would take pictures and stuff like that. He's like, I see you here and there. And según ya me tenía, like, ya sabía what clubs I would go to, what gym I would go to. I was just like, damn, where have you been? But nonetheless, I think que me conquistó because he had really good
hair.
Oh, sobre todo. No, he just had really good conversation.
Okay.
And I am a sucker for really good conversation.
Okay. So who made the first move?
He did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course he did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did he do?
I don't know. He asked me for my number.
Okay.
I was like, well, he can conversate well. And I was like, okay. And I was like, he can dress well, you know?
Okay.
And I gave him my number.
Okay.
And then that was that.
All right.
Yeah.
¿Y el primer beso cuánto te das? ¿Un mes? ¿2 meses?
Como un año.
Nah.
I don't remember. It's been 12 years.
12 years. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
And you know what? You also mentioned, going through struggles and stuff like that. And I don't want to go into detail in regards to that, but how did you recover from that? How did you move forward from that? Because I feel like a lot of the people, that see us or see our Instagram pages or, like your Celfie Ready page, a veces nada más enseñamos lo chido que nos pasa. Pero hay un chingo de cosas que nos pasan. Acabamos de platicar de una, me personally, que a veces no mucha gente sabe. Entonces, How did you recover? How did you move forward from like those low points in your life?
Pues take it day by day. That's the first one. A lot of manifesting throughout the day. You don't stop working. Whatever you do not stop working.
Don't stop showing up.
Never. And it may seem easier said than done.
Mm-hmm.
Pero I promise you that it will come back to you tenfold. Like, you just got to keep going. I remember throwing it way back to like 15, 20 years ago when I was going through a divorce. It was really, really hard because now I'm a single mom. At the time, I don't even have a college degree. I'm still getting myself through college. My kids are really little.
How old were they?
Kayla was 1 and Xavier was 4.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had littles. Yeah, I had littles.
Toddlers.
Yeah, they were little. So it was so hard. And nonetheless, I was like, I'm going to put myself through school. You have to be really thick-skinned and strong-minded también, porque when you think like this is it, more and more things happen to you.
Yeah.
It just makes it worse.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But I think that's just like God just wants to know how bad do you want it.
Wow.
And you got to learn to swim with the sharks. Because I remember at one point I was like, I'll figure it out. I can get from point A to point B. And then next thing I knew, I didn't even have a car because I got in a car accident and totaled my car.
Oh, shit.
And then I was like, someone said, can you give me a ride? And that's when your real friends show up, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, nope. Well, then I'm going to take the bus from this point to this point to this point to this point.
Damn.
So at the time I was living in Selma and had to go to college here in Fresno.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that you mentioned that car crash kind of helped you see who your real friends were or were not. because something similar happened to me. I also totaled my car, and I remember I was in college at the time, kind of working. I was working at Taco Bell, and I needed to get to school, but I was like beat up, and my car was totaled, and my body I could barely move. And I remember I told one of my friends, "Hey, bro, could you give me a ride to class?" And he was like, "Nah, I don't want to." And I was like, "Wait, what?" I was like, "Well, maybe he meant to say I can't." And I was like, "Well, sorry, bro. Did you say you can't?" And he was like, "No, I don't want to." And I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, okay, I got you. And I hung up the phone. And I swear, I felt so like
Betrayed.
yeah, I don't know. That's the word. I don't know what or below that because I at that time I was the one with the car. So whenever we went anywhere, school, quinceañeras, fucking parties everywhere, I was the one, And then I told my car, and you don't want to take me? Like that was pretty. That was pretty fucked up. That was pretty blunt, Yeah. So no, I hear you. So and actually this morning I heard you want to know who your real friends are? Ask them ask them for help to move, or ask them to take you to the airport. Yeah. And if they say no, move on to somebody else.
That is very true. So so I was like getting no's left and right. Not from friends. Actually, my friends came through. It was actually from family members.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was just like, it's okay. I'm gonna keep pushing, keep pushing. And I graduated. I think I had got like the certificate part of like my career, and that's I think when I met Francisco, I met him right after that, and I was going into the associates part. And then, and then everything kind of just started at that time. I think I had already kind of figured out the custody and the divorce and everything kind of had passed because everything's in God's timing, right? You don't, at the time when you're going through all these difficulties, you don't understand why it's all happening now and why things can't just happen for you already.
Okay.
And then when all of that passed, custody was settled, divorce was settled, everything was settled. Literally like a month or two later, I met him.
Yeah.
And after that, everything started to change.
¿Ya le diste gracias a Dios que te lo puso en tu camino?
Obvio, sí, diario. Mira, te voy a decir algo que nunca le he dicho a él.
Ok, espérate, déjame. Espérate. Let me take a shot before.
Tú dijiste sin filtros y yo vine sin filtros.
Espérate, déjame acomodar más el chisme, vas a bueno el chisme, espérate.
El chisme caliente luego, pero ¿cómo fue a la iglesia?
Suéltalo, a ver, ahora sí.
No, so something I never told him or almost anybody, I actually just told this to somebody else because they were kind of going through a moment the other day, and I was like, let me enlighten them real quick.
Okay.
When I was going through a really rough time and everything had settled and passed, I literally wrote a letter. I remember sitting in my apartment and just going, like, I think I'm ready for a relationship. At this time, ya había pasado 3 años. I was single for 3 years.
Okay.
Hadn't been with anybody, and I was like, dear God, I literally wrote that. Dear God, this is how I want him to be. Ay, voy a llorar.
Está bien, dale, sin filtro.
I remember I said, like, I want him to be responsible. I want him to have a good credit score. I want him to have, like, a college degree. Like, everything. Honestly, that is everything that he is.
Okay.
Minus the attitude, because he's a Taurus, guys. He's a Taurus. Like, through and through a Taurus. But nonetheless, like, he is, like, the most, like, humble, responsible. Like, he's the best dad in the world, like.
Oh, man.
Yeah, like, he is honestly.
Cisco, come give her a hug, bro. She needs a hug. Ven, no, sí. Ven a darle un abrazo, canijo, sí, sin filtro. Sin filtro, yes.
Oh,
absolutely.
So yeah, that's our love story.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then a couple years later, after we had a baby and all the things happened, this real estate guy came across us and got us a house.
Damn. Wait, no, a mí yo no sé quién me mandó. No sé quién me dio.
You know what's funny is that.
Wait, hold on. Let me tell this story about how he wanted somebody else to be the realtor, and then like, tell him, ahora sí.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I was actually going to say that. So because he didn't know anybody else but Marisol and Scott Hanley. That's all he knew, right? So he was like, well, Scott's going to get us a house. And I was just like, actually, there's this guy that I know.
Sorry, Scott. Sorry.
Well, look at what I've learned in business is that you need to be compatible with the people that you do business with.
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And I saw that you and him were going to be very compatible. You guys both come, from nothing to who you guys are now, to you guys are just like our gente, our people.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, hold up. Let me get you someone that you're going to love. And yeah, lo and behold, you guys got along great. Yeah.
No, we were. One of the things I remember siempre my also putting up drywall and and stuff because the
Celfie ready.
No, honestly, like it's one of the things that like I honestly enjoy. This is not it's not a plug by any means. I think everybody already knows that I do real estate, but I think it's just like that helping, that serving part that you're talking about. Is the there's I think there's not everybody talks about like, oh, this changes with the commission, blah blah blah, like like does it like produce something in me? Like, yeah, a little bit, but at the end of the day, I feel that I'm here to serve more than to make a buck per se. Obviously, nadie quiere trabajar de gratis, right? Pero I feel that when you operate from a standpoint of service and you want to help others, become the best that they possibly can, I feel like money's like the cherry on top. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, because I feel like, maybe for me giving somebody the keys to the house, like I did to you and your family, that smile, or when I go over to your guys' house and you guys have that pride, like this is my house, like that makes me happy, whether you know it or not. You know what I mean? Because I know that somehow, like I served you and I helped you. And helped you guys, and it makes me happy to see you guys that enjoy that and know that that's a step, and however many houses you want to buy. I know that at some point you'll have a portfolio of rentals and stuff like that. That's not a problem.
Manifesting for me, yes.
But that's how it is, for me, and I know that that's how it is for you too. Like I see you, like I tell, I have a I don't know if I told you. I think I told it. If I haven't, I'm so sorry. But I created Team Relentless, and and so it's a group of 8, real estate agents up to date to now. And I remember when I first started, I had so many questions and nobody wanted to answer them. Like everybody, looks at you like you're gonna take food off their plate or something like that, and it was like, no, dude, just like show me how to do it, and I don't want to take your clients. I don't want to do anything like that. I'm doing my own thing, and so I see all these new kids, and I call them kids because they're super young. They're like 21 years old, 19 years old, and I wish I would have started at that early in my business. I would have done so much, but I want to teach them. You know what I mean? I want to help them out. Like, hey man, like this is how you do it, and this business can impact your life and have a life changing year experience and income wise if you really dedicate yourself to it. One of the things that I always say is like there's enough space for everybody at the top, and I think that that's how you see it too, because I never seen you, nunca te he mirado envidiosa.
No, so it's yes, everything that you said to the T. It's perfect. I just feel like it's really hard even for us when we were like, when I first started Celfie, like there's days even now where I'm like, ah, ya mero Diosito, it's my time already. Like, but while you're going through the trenches, it's hard to believe that there is a beautiful end and that you're going to be paid for all the hard work that you've been putting, right? So when these kids, are going through it's easier said than done for you because you've already had your journey, but for them, they're like, probably just kidding. He's just telling me that, but it's hard. And yeah, when in regards to like envious, being envious and stuff like that, I have a makeup artist assistant that helps me with hair and makeup.
Okay.
Or whenever I can't take clients, I give them to her. And I tell her, si no eres tú, si no soy yo, o tú, va a ser otra persona.
Mm-hmm.
So I rather give you my clients that I can't take because of whatever reason. If they like you better, by all means, that's like almost like a thank you for you being at service for me all the time, because I guarantee if I call her right now and I'm like, can you take a client tomorrow at 10? Because I can't, she'll be there.
Yeah.
She helps me with anything Celfie ready. Like if I tell her one day, hey, can you open and close Celfie ready? She will.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that, continue feeding into your business.
Okay. So now let me ask you, because you've told me that you've experimented this in the past, unfortunately, pero
I know where you're going.
Pero hay personas que te han quemado.
Sí.
¿Cómo se llaman? No.
No,
no, sin filtro, no sé. No. So tell us, tell us what happened.
Coffee real quick. Well, it's a thin line.
Okay.
It's hard. So here's the thing. When it comes to the clothing business, to the boutique business, to the just business in general, I've had people very descaradamente come and they obviously love my styles. They love, if you haven't checked out selfieready.co, please do. And you're going to see what kind of styles I'm talking about. They're just different. And the fact that I'm not a size 0, more like an 8-10, people dig that. They're like, well, she can wear it. I can wear it. Right.
Okay.
So people love, it's happened to me 3 times where they love to go through my stuff. And if you guys haven't noticed, you go to Forever 21 or all these other big stores, they even Fashion Nova, sometimes the tag doesn't read Fashion Nova or doesn't read Forever 21. It'll read whoever made the clothes. Mm-hmm. So that means that's the vendor that you buy from. Right. So then they're like, oh shit, what vendors does she use? Mm-hmm. So they go through your clothes, and it's happened to me. La que me pasó más, like.
Suéltala. Espérate, deja agarrar otra chava porque otro chisme bueno. Ahí viene otro chisme bueno.
Yeah, chisme bueno. Mira, when I was still doing my business from home, there's this girl that worked. I live around a bunch of hospitals. Mm-hmm. One of these hospitals employs this person, and she came down, and I trusted her. She was my makeup client. We had become good friends.
Wait, is she a nurse?
No.
No? ¿A qué se dedica?
What does she drive? And she's like, hey, can I come by and pick up my order? I was like, of course. She's like, I'm at work that way. Okay. Ya llega a la casa, and then me dice, oh, are these new styles that you got? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, can I buy one? I was like, of course. Yeah, I lo dije, but they literally just got here. Let me steam it for you. Mm-hmm. I love to steam all of my stuff. Steaming it, I'm on my knees, boy. Like, I'm on my knees. And she's sitting down, bien así, quitada de la pena. A month later, her friend opens a boutique. Oh, and she takes Christmas pictures in my little jumpsuit, and she tags her friend, and her friend starts selling the same exact thing for more than I would sell mine for. So I went on there and I was just like, excuse me, but I steamed this thing on my knees, and this belongs, like, she bought it from me. Yeah. Well, I got blocked, deleted, all these other things, and I was like, no, I wanted to make sure that she knew. And sure enough, she took the picture down and everything. Yeah. And I was like, why are you giving credit to, Yeah. And I think that day I learned, like, unless you're my friend or my family, you're not coming inside my house. Yeah. And that's when I was like, I got to do whatever I got to do, sell as many dresses as I can to move my business out of my house. Mm-hmm. And I did, like, a couple months later. And you know what's funnier? What's that? That same customer came by an art hop a couple months ago. Oh, and she didn't know that I was inside Sun Stereo Warehouse. Oh, snap. She's walking in, y cuando ve el letrerote de Celfie Ready, like, you could just see her freaking heart drop to her butt. And she was just like, and then as soon as she sees, like, Celfie Ready, she looks, and I'm right there. But I'm just like, wow, that was crazy karma. Yeah. That's crazy. Because, yeah. So, yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, pero se tienen que, like, turn those things into something, like, just learn something from it. Like, yeah. I learned that I need to push harder, and that, como dice mi mamá, los que no son, like, really close friends of the family or familia, de la puerta para afuera. Yeah. No, that's true. No, and I man, it's crazy that you say those things, because, I mean, like la gente... A ver, ¿a ti qué te ha pasado in this industry, in this business? ¿Qué dices? Man, I don't know. I feel like... Que te ha robado el cliente. Well, I think that sí me ha pasado que, sometimes clients are working with me, and next thing you know, I don't see them in a couple of weeks or whatever. I'm not a pushy salesman. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I work at people's pace, and so I feel like, okay, cuando ya estén listos, pues vamos a ver más casas or stuff like that. And next thing you know, like, you see, congratulations to my client who just purchased their house. It is a client, and it happens, like, so, yo lo que me ha enseñado este negocio es de que lo que Dios tiene para ti, nadie te lo quita. Nadie te lo quita. It's just, so I really don't sweat it.
when there's a particular client that maybe no compró conmigo, compró con alguien, o I mean, I have family members que, hey, Efraín, necesito vender esta propiedad, pero por favor no me cobres comisión. And I was
What?
like, yeah.
Okay, so you go work for free at your boss's
Well, that's
place.
exactly
like,
what I told them.
Know?
You know, well, yeah, but like all you do is put a sign, blah blah. And I was like, okay, well then you put it. You know what I mean? And I think that's that's a common misconception, right? But sometimes even family members, or man, no quiero quemar a nadie de la familia, pero like sí, ha habido gente que me ha parado de hablar. You know what I mean? Because maybe I don't want to give a discount, or because maybe I did something that they precisely didn't approve of, and
it's hard. Being in business is hard. It's really, really hard. I know that I've had people tell me as a makeup artist, I'm pretty sure a lot of makeup artists out there can agree, but you get a lot of people that are like, pero si somos 10, ¿nos vas a cobrar menos? No, les voy a cobrar más porque voy a... Bro, my back is going to be killing me on the end.
¿Quieres que les ponga menos producto?
Yeah, I'm like, what? No, se les va a cobrar todavía más because damn, girl, my back's gonna be hurting, my feet are gonna be killing me. What you mean I'm gonna charge you less? Go ask your boss que si trabajas overtime te la va a pagar a menos. Si te paga 20 que te dé a 15, ¿por qué no?
All right, so check this out. Okay, so about a week ago, me llamó un cliente, right? And I answered the phone, and it's a doctor, right? And he's like, hey, I need to sell, some properties that I have. ¿Ya te lo acabaste? Pues ahorita más.
No,
okay. And so he's like, but I need an agent that's going to charge me, 2%. And I was like, 2%, like total? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't do that, because I have to share half of the commission with the other agent, and I still have my splits. So I can't do that. And he's like, all right, well then you're not my agent. And he hung up the phone, and I got pissed off. I called him back, and I was like, I'm sorry, doctor. I was like, when patients come through your door, do they tell you how much they want to pay you, or do you have a set fee, to treat them? And he's like, well, no, I have my own set fee. And I was like, so why are you coming and telling me how much you want to pay for my service if you don't even do that at your office? And I think that's the quality of service that you deliver, it's going to show, and same thing for my clients. I told my clients, hey, it's my job to stress out for you. You know what I mean? And sometimes, there's some stressful things to go around, even when we buy your house.
You took the words right out of my mouth because I was like, bro. Yeah, and I feel like I wasn't fronting the money. I wasn't doing any of the stuff. I feel like the stress came more from like Francisco and you, and I was just kind of in the back. But it like the weight of watching you guys was on my shoulders. Like I was like, oh my god, But yeah, like buying a house is stressful, but I do feel like you do what you can to make that
and that's the job. You know what I mean? And so I don't know how much stress you have selling dresses or putting somebody else's, the makeup on somebody else. But
Liz, let me tell you, see, I stressed. It looks very glamorous, but it's not.
All right, so we're almost done with time. But one of the things that I have always asked you, when is the man line?
Oh my god. Well, we currently have.
Oh, okay.
Right now, none of us is, I don't know if I've told you, Celfie Ready is unisex. So Celfie Ready merch is unisex.
I've never seen it. Wait a minute. You want me to buy the female pants or you have the male pants?
Even Francisco has a Celfie Ready sweater. It's a crew neck.
Okay.
So a crew neck sweater, and then there's like t-shirts. They were at the grand opening.
I didn't see them.
No,
I didn't see. Well, there's a lot of people at the grand opening. So
many people. Thank you guys for
I was thinking maybe because there was a shortage of models, but yo no cobro mucho. I do it for free too. You know what I mean? So
talking about that. Are you coming to the fashion show?
Yes, I told you. I told you I love to sponsor it. So you haven't responded to that yet.
I know. We are going to talk about it soon.
Okay. So when is it?
So we are looking for other sponsors. No, Quiero que le ayuden a él.
So when is the sponsorship?
So I haven't announced it, so I'll give you the exclusive.
Okay. Can you give me the month at least?
No, I'm going to give you the date.
Okay. All right.
So it's going to be August 4th.
Woo!
It's on a Sunday and at noon at Sunstayer Warehouse here in downtown Fresno.
Okay. Well, there you go. Thank you so much for that exclusive, because I know everybody's been asking for it, and for you to drop it here, like honestly, like I'm beyond humbled. You know,
so this is what's gonna happen. We are gonna tell everybody that if they don't want to know the date, they have to watch this podcast till the very end.
Okay, perfect. So then, I like it. So now we got some work for Chewy. You know, he's gonna have to give us a little cut, a sneak peek of that, so we can announce it. And I'm so happy for you, Jess. Thank you so much for coming on. Cisco, thank you so much for driving out here, for bringing your girls, and just for taking the time to support me. To be quite honest with you, it's honestly like no tengo palabras para darte las gracias. So thank you guys so much. Thank you Chuy also for being here and recording all of this. And so we have a tradition that we started last one. I know tradition only one episode, right? But we end the podcast con un consejo. And un consejo, no algo que la gente sepa, pero algo que something has meaning to you. A lo mejor un consejo que alguien te haya dicho que maybe has impacted your life. And I know we already dropped a few, but if there's another one that you can think of. So now you got to focus on the camera and say it straight to the camera.
Okay, well, if you ever have the chance to follow or come to Celfie Ready, our brick and mortar, it's going to say Celfie Ready really big in the front, but right under it, it says stay confident, stay Celfie Ready. And what that means is that no matter what you do, no matter who you are, stay confident, because it doesn't matter who you are. If you have confidence, it's going to like sprint you forward. And then stay Celfie Ready, cute.
Sweet. Well, thank you so much, Jeff. Thank you guys for watching episode 2, and we look forward to seeing you on episode 3.
1, 2, 3, 4.